Leave it all in the city. Taste my lips out in the rain. I know it's such.
What's up, everybody? Sean with Sean Way Films. I'm here at the Valley High School, and we have an Arnold fire truck here, guys. They're gonna give us, us a tour. I guess we can say that, right? See what this thing's about. So, yeah, man. My question is,
Yes.
I'm assuming this looks like a pump of some kind.
Actually, what this is a generator.
Okay.
So this is the generator that run all the lighting. The lighting
generator.
Stuff, right. This
Okay.
is the light generator. The pump is actually in the middle, and it's actually underneath everything.
Okay.
Where the controls are on the side over here, which I'll show you where they're at.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, this is the generator. This is what we have to operate our auxiliary lighting and everything.
Okay, so this
As well
right
as auxiliary
here,
power.
is that-
This is it's a booster line, so it's
Okay.
one of our lines. It's one of the smaller ones.
Okay.
We'll typically use that for like a wash down on a road or something.
Oh,
This
okay.
is not going to go into a fire. This is more sit for like we go on a vehicle accident. We got to do a wash down, something like that.
Okay,
That's this
cool.
line because it's smaller.
Okay. Wow, that's cool. So like not as powerful as obviously the if you're
Correct.
doing a house or something
Correct.
like that.
Like
Wow.
this is our supply line. Okay, so this is 5-inch. It's called LDH, large diameter hose.
Okay.
This is our supply line. This is what we hit when you see a fire department hit a hydrant. This is what we're hitting with.
Oh,
So we have
okay.
a large volume of water that will come into the truck, and then these are smaller lines that we can do different things with.
Okay. That's pretty cool. So like stuff that's on top, is that just like extra stuff that you guys keep?
That's
or?
a Stokes basket.
Okay.
All right, what that would be, let's say we got someone over at Hillside or something, we can use that.
Okay.
We also use that sometimes for, like if we take this truck for RIT operations, which
Okay.
is it's a rapid intervention team.
Okay.
A rapid intervention team, what we do is we stand by on scene. We're there only if a firefighter goes down. If a firefighter goes
okay.
down, we go in and pull them out.
Okay. Okay.
And then that's just a ladder up there. That's another ladder. That's another type of ladder that we utilize.
Oh, that's cool.
But we keep them up there. They're out of the way. We don't have to worry about them.
That's cool.
So we just send someone up to get them. And then this cover here flips. When we release this flips up. That's how we can get to all this hose.
Oh, look at that, guys. Top of the fire truck. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, like this is an A-frame ladder. And why it's called an A-frame is it goes like this. We can
Okay.
take it into the house and utilize it.
Oh, that's cool. Cool.
And this is an attic ladder.
Okay.
So it folds up, but then it expands out to be about like this long.
Okay.
Where we can go up into an attic opening.
That's cool. That's cool. So, like, I guess to go around the side of the fire truck. So, obviously,
These
there's
are
fire.
two different types of extinguishers. This is a dry chem extinguisher. This is a water extinguisher.
Okay.
Okay, all depends on what you're trying to put out as to which one you utilize.
Just different. Looks like different storage
The fan
fan. Wow.
is a battery operated roof saw that we can use to cut holes in the roof.
So, like, if maybe you get a call to like a wreck, and you have to cut open the door.
No, actually, this is for this. We are not a rescue company.
Okay.
So there's companies that are out there that do that, where they have Jaws and everything else. We're not a rescue company.
Okay.
We are a engine and like a RIT and air.
Oh,
so
okay.
we provide an engine on scene, RIT, which I explained to you.
Yeah.
And then our air truck, where we don't have it here, but it's used to fill the SCBA cylinders that the firemen wear on their back, because that's compressed air that
Okay.
we're going into a building with.
That's cool. Yeah. It's like a little panel you see like inside of a house.
Correct.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Correct.
That's
But like
cool.
I said, you can see where it has lights, outlets, everything.
wow.
These are lights that we can utilize on scene. That we have our own power source.
That's pretty cool. So
These are just different adapters,
Different
different,
adapters,
nozzles, and everything.
that's interesting. It's different tools.
Correct.
So these are just like gauges, so like water pressure. I'm
This
assuming,
is
I guess. Yeah.
correct. These are what we call cross lays. This is an 1 3/4 line. This is an 1 3/4 line. This is a 2.5 line.
Okay.
Okay. 1 3/4 are typically the ones you're going to go inside with. 2.5 you could, but typically 2.5 is more utilized from an exterior operation.
Okay.
If we got to do a defensive operation, same as that deck gun is used for a defensive operation.
Oh, okay.
Okay. If we pull up and we've got fire, heavy fire that we have visible, we can knock it down, reset the fire before we actually go in.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
This is where that 5-inch hooks up to.
Okay. That's the big boy. That's where,
correct. That's where the water comes in.
Yeah,
Correct.
the main water.
Right. And then these are all different discharges that we can hook up. Like these ones are already pre-connected. These are called pre-connects. There are, there are cross lays, but they're pre-connected into the system.
That's pretty cool.
Whereas these, if we got to add additional lines, we can add additional lines, and we had some on the back that we can add to this if we go differently.
So what's like, if I'm saying the terminology correctly, PSIs? Is
Right.
that like the water pressure? What's like?
It's pounds per square inch.
Pounds per
It just
square inch,
depends,
okay.
yeah. Like
So-
right here, here's your master, intake, here's your master discharge. Like depending on what you're putting out, 150 PSI. It all depends on what nozzle you're using as to what PSIs you're using.
That's pretty cool.
Whether you're using a straight tip, whether you're using a combination nozzle. Combination nozzles are nice because they can go from one level to a fog pattern.
Okay.
So we can force ventilate a building out a window.
Ah, okay.
So that's what a combination. Now a straight tip or a smoothbore nozzle, that works more. It gives us more penetration, gives us the ability to actually get in there and really take things apart. I mean, we can literally take ceilings and walls apart with a straight.
Wow. So is this like a water meter, like this, how full it is? I'm just taking a guess.
The
a little water.
That's not.
It's full.
Yeah, right here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not lit right now. I'm not gonna charge it or anything, but as you can see,
Oh, okay.
we're full.
That's cool. Yeah.
If we're depending on where we're at, but this is completely full.
Okay. That's pretty interesting. Yeah. I guess moving on to the side of the truck, like this is actually, if I'm saying this correctly, like the cab or
Correct.
the fire.
This is the cab of the engine.
Okay.
Because this is considered an engine.
Okay.
We have 5 SCBA seats in the back.
Nice.
As you can see, each one has an air pack in it.
That's cool.
This one here actually has also, because these are newer, we actually have a thermal imaging camera built right into this.
Wow.
As well as we have one in the officer's seat. Okay, what that gives us is that if we're going in, instead of bringing in a handheld thermal imaging, some of our, whoever's riding the seat, whoever's riding the officer's seat, has the ability that they have a thermal imaging camera right with them without taking another piece of equipment.
That's cool. All right, guys, so I'm going to actually go ahead and...
Because as you see, we've got
Set.
radios in there. We've got our thermal imaging camera. We have a gas meter in here.
Wow. So this is what's inside of the back of a cab, the engine cab? Is that what you...
Correct. Yeah, this is the cab.
So-
this is the cab of the engine.
So they are, in here going to a fire, and, they got strap up, and they have all they need here. It looks like there's radios over there.
There are.
You got some lights, and like he said, there's some thermal, what do you call this?
Thermal imaging cameras built
cameras,
right
yeah.
into the
That's
SCBA
cool.
unit. These radios are for the ones that aren't officers. So if our
Okay.
crews that are back here, they're going to be going interior, they have radios back here.
That's cool.
See, I have one on me.
Okay.
I'm an assistant chief, so
Okay.
I have mine with me all the time.
That's pretty cool. Okay, well, I'm going to get out of here. I can just watch my step here. It's cool. So, yeah, that's cool. And then, I guess, obviously, this is the driver's seat.
The driver's seat.
Yep. Yep. Now, do you need, like, a CDL license?
You do not. As
Okay.
a fire department, we are exempt from CDL.
Okay.
But we're only allowed to drive it basically without a CDL for an emergency type situation.
Okay.
And that's the way that Pennsylvania's set up.
Now, do you need to have some type of training?
We do.
Like
I mean,
CDL
we go through emergency vehicle operator training class. It's a it's a 24-hour class that we go through it. All kinds of different drills with it.
Okay.
You have to back it through a serpentine.
Wow.
You got diminishing clearances, everything like that. And to drive, we require it. Most companies do require that class for anybody to drive.
That's pretty cool. So, is there like, if you have like, I don't know, several firefighters that's occupying this vehicle, is it only one person that's allowed to drive, or can all the firefighters that's
depends on who's cleared to drive?
Clear to drive. So that's the ticket. So if one is
what
cleared
we'll
to drive,
we require so much time that behind the road with a person, and then the chief will actually clear individuals to be able to drive it.
Okay.
For emergency situations.
That's pretty cool. I have my CDL license, so I was just curious. Okay. Yeah, I drive trucks
absolutely.
Too. All right, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and
that way you can show what it looks like.
I'm gonna set up in here. So I am sitting in a fire truck, guys. So that was the back cab back there. As you can see, I was sitting back there before. And then now I'm sitting in the actual driver's seat here. So this is really, really a lot. Me being a truck driver myself, I've drive, 18-wheelers and things of that nature. But this is definitely a different vibe going on here. I mean, you got radios. It looks like you have a fan. And it looks like there's another radio up there. You got... it's a lot going on here. This is pretty interesting. So how fast does this go?
Yeah.
How fast does this go? I mean,
I'm not sure what the governor said. It has a governor.
It has a governor.
Because you don't, what people got to realize is with this, that 500 gallon of water that's on here.
Okay,
that's approximately 8 pound per gallon additional.
Okay.
Plus the movement, even though there's baffles and everything.
Yeah.
But you've got to know what you're doing. That's why I said, not only do we have that driver's training course, we require road time. You have to know what equipment's on here. You got to know how to pump the truck.
Wow.
You got to know all of that before you're able to drive it.
That's interesting. I like it. I'm gonna get out of here. Watch my step here, guys. So 3 points of contact. If you know anything about CDL. Okay. All right.
Correct.
So this is the front of the truck here.
This is the front.
See engine company number 2, Arnold, Pennsylvania. This is the front seat of Arnold. So this is the front. So when I hear the fire trucks, going down to your destination, potentially a fire that somebody needs help with, where are the horns I hear? Like, where? Like,
this is a siren.
That's the siren right there.
Cue.
Okay, that's cool.
And then that's your cue. So that's the one.
Okay.
The other ones are electronic sirens.
Oh, they're electronics.
Right.
Okay.
The majority, there's the different ones.
Okay.
Like for the air horn, the driver has the ability to hit the horns as well as does the officer.
Cool.
This here, like we were talking back there.
Yeah.
This is a trash line.
Okay.
So the other one we call it a booster line. This is a trash line.
Okay.
This is one that typically, if we've got a dumpster fire or something out in front of us, that we don't need a lot, we can hit, just take and lay this out, and we can hit that dumpster fire
Or car fire.
or car fire.
Right.
Yeah.
Something smaller.
Something small. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't need to use all your resources if it's something you can put out with.
Right.
Yeah.
Correct.
Interesting. Another firefighter who's just occupying I guess you want to call it the passenger, seat here. So he's going to go ahead and suit up real quick. That's it. So how fast he did that, he just did that in a matter of seconds. So, seconds is all that you have when you're, trying to get to a fire. So he's already suited up already. That's awesome.
That's pretty much it.
That's awesome.
And then the helmet's in there.
Yeah.
My Nomex hood, which if we were going inside, you have to put a Nomex hood on.
Wow. Yeah. Interesting. That was quick. Don't play no games. You got to hurry up and suit up and get going. Put out the fire.
Yeah,
appreciate the demonstration. Now I bet it gets really hot in there. It's like some type of fire.
Extremely.
Fireproof or
it's
fire.
It's very heat resistant.
Heat resistant.
We can take a lot of the temperatures inside the house itself.
Okay.
But on days like this or when the humidity is outrageous.
Yeah.
I mean, we're limited as to how much we can actually do before we have to stop. We have to take a break. We
Yeah.
have to get things checked out.
Yeah.
Make sure we're still physically able to go back.
Right.
For your safety.
Our policy is we can go in 2 times, and then we have to go to rehab.
Okay.
Okay, rehab is going, like
Get
New
cooled
Ken will
off, get
set
your
up
vitals checked.
an EMS unit. They'll do cool down everything.
Okay.
That's why on hot days you see a whole lot of companies there, because of the fact that, number one, we're limited on manpower.
Yeah.
We're gonna eat
So-
manpower up.
So we're gonna go crazy with manpower on a hot day.
Moving on to the side here, is this any different? Like these
No,
valves
these are
that can-
just discharges.
discharges?
This is a blitz fire, so this is an exterior tool.
Okay.
Like, if we're trying to protect an exposure is like, let's say you got a front of a house.
Okay.
We call it Alpha Bravo Charlie Delta sides.
Okay.
Okay. Let's say you got a house on the Bravo side.
Okay.
Or the Delta side. You
Okay.
may have what we call an exposure. If that's close enough, we may set that up to protect that exposure, or we may pull that 2.5, which I showed
showed me
you,
on the other
to
side, yeah.
protect that exposure.
Okay.
Those are the SCBA cylinders I was saying about.
Yeah.
So these are what we wear on our back. These are compressed air.
Okay. It's cool, yeah. So when you suit up, and you know you got to go inside, you just throw that on, hook up.
That's why they're in the seats.
So
so that we can throw that on our way to the fire.
Interesting. Yeah. Oh, wow.
And then those are different sized
Ladders, yeah.
Extension ladders. These are what we call Halligan bars.
Cool.
These are New York hooks. This is our brush fire setup. We actually have this set up where we can deploy it to handle brush fires.
Okay. Okay.
He got one of the SCBA.
Oh.
They
units
can
out.
get a good look at.
Oh, yeah. That's cool.
This
Yeah.
goes on just like a backpack.
Okay.
We have about 30 minutes of air. We try not to kill ourselves out all the way down to empty.
20 minutes is what you're
20
looking
minutes
at.
of actual working time.
Okay.
So,
okay.
and then we got to come out, of course, change the cylinders. A quick change. Release one lever on the side, undo a valve on the bottom, change the cylinder out in a matter of 30 seconds
Okay.
for the next air bottle. And the mask we wear, it's pretty simple.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That and like I said earlier, if anyone in this area is interested, we're always looking for firefighters. As you see, it takes a lot. It takes a lot to do this.
Yeah.
And we're always looking for good people who want to join. So,
Even if you don't want to fight fire,
there's other
always
jobs.
you can do
Okay.
on a fire scene. You
Like
can help
shuttle
haul
bottles.
hose. You can help change bottles at the scene.
Yeah.
You can help set up equipment. There's always something anybody can do.
Wow.
You don't necessarily have to be the person that puts this on and goes in and fights a fire.
That's interesting. Yeah. Well, you hear that, guys. Definitely if you're interested in something like this, volunteering firefighters, here in Arnold, Pennsylvania, they're looking for people,
We are.
Running through my mind the whole time is, oh, one taste of myth, one taste of myth.